Hey everybody, whenever you're watching from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we're back in the Alchemist of Ars Magna to continue our playthrough. Sorry I started a bit late. Well, technically I started on time, but then there was some weird thing that was happening, so I had to like restart the stream and stuff. Yeah, there's some like weird audio thing that's going on earlier. Well, technically there's still something wrong, but it's not really interrupting anything, so I'm just gonna deal with it later. But anyway, yeah, sorry about the double start or whatever. But yeah, we're back with this game, and we're gonna continue where we left off, which was the chase in the mountains. So from last time, we sort of fought with Cinderella again, and then like there's a cut H scene, and then we're in the mountains. We had to fight Tiamat for a brief moment, and then now we're in the mountains. We have to like race. We have to race to get to Namtar before the academy and the dolls and the military arrive. So yeah, kind of a weird situation going on in the mountains right now. But yeah, we're gonna continue that. And it seems like it's not just the audio that's has something wrong with it. Seems like StreamerBot also has like an issue, so I'm gonna have to go to full screen this way. But yeah, we're just gonna continue on with the story. Moving along. Or just right into it, okay. Oh. Just a short sequence here. We're gonna try and find... Okay, so there's a one-way side here, and then there's like two alternate routes. We're gonna go through this side first. We'll take the one-way path first, and then we'll circle our way around. Let's clear everything, and like hopefully get some drops. Heliodor.
ちょっと休憩していこうか。
You have a 200 resist to water, it seems like.
Iいものを見つけたようですよ。ここで体を休めよう。いいものを見つけたようですよ。やったー、ラッキー。ここで体を休めよう。
sharp, sword-like mountain ranges stood in front of their path. The immense amount of dust originated from the craters surrounded the mountains. It was like the belly button of the valley that served as a path where the wind was turning into the source of the dust.
見てください。あの岩の並び。増幅と放出を意味する陣になっています。おそらくダストによって削り取ったものでしょうが。
Must be an instant temple made by the destroyer. From the stone temple, newly born ash demons sprung out from the thick dust. The irregular cluster of gas was a sinister vanguard that was used to spreading the deathly winds further out. Hey, Steel. Stream died once? Kinda, it sorted. It didn't die. I cut the stream real quick at the start because there was some sort of weird audio issue that was going on. So I tried to restart and like try and fix it, but it wasn't like a we call this, it's not a immediate problem. It was just weird. It was just a weird audio behavior that's like not supposed to happen. So since it wasn't urgent, I'm just gonna try and fix it tomorrow, I guess. Although that is, I guess I should have checked that first, but is the audio on? Can you actually hear me and the game? That might be something that I should have checked first. But I'm assuming the audio is actually working on the stream side. Because at least on OBS it is playing. Okay, yeah, so it was just like some weird audio thing that was going on specifically on my side. But again, like it's not an urgent thing, so I'll just figure it out tomorrow, I guess. And it doesn't seem to be interfering with the stream anyway, so it's fine. Shin and the others laid low as they observed the movements. The group gradually slid back and got up.
突入の前にもう一度確認しておきましょう。私たちの目的は破壊者の計画を阻止すること、そしてその要になっていると思われるカイマ・ナムタルを確保することです。ナムタルを倒さずに捕らえるのね。
Okay, doing fine? Yeah, doing fine. Doing fine for the most part. I have been like losing a bit of sleep again, but that was just me being dumb. But otherwise, like doing fine.
カイマはダストを糧に動く。だからまずはナムタルが身にまとうダストを奪うことだね。
I need to nullify Namtar. I guess I need to use the Philosopher's Stone. Uh-oh, here we go. The interaction with Cinderella crossed his mind. The seed planted by her grew the more he used his powers, but if he didn't use the Philosopher's Stone, the path wouldn't be open.
シン、大丈夫？
I'm fine, but if there's any concern... Shin looked down and closed his eyes. The destroyer looking to spread oblivion was likely proceeding with his plans cautiously. That monster probably had preparations to go up against them. I wonder if I have the skills to effectively fight Agrippa. If I have to defeat Namtar to proceed with our plan,
弱気は禁物ですよ。ここまで来た私たちの力を信じましょう。
Miss Sonia.
当たって砕けろというわけではありませんが、私たちが失敗しても救援が控えています。私たちは私たちの目的のために戦いましょう。
If anything happens from my side, use Dragon Wizards on me. Imagine if he just goes out of control mid-fight. Like, bro.
ソニア先生の言う通りよ、シン。ナムタルを捕まえれば、オーズやアスタルテのことがわかるかもしれないのでしょ。賢者の石、使命、家臣浄化のこと、
私たちは何も進んでいないように見えても、きっと少しずつ真実に近づいているの。
だから立ち止まらないで。姉弟子のこと、もっと頼りにしてくれていいんだからね。
Thanks, guys. His friends were around to encourage him. The warmth in his heart turned into a heated determination and made Shin feel tense.
さあ、突入前に最後の準備をしましょう。いざという時困らないよう、もう一度エーテルギアの点検を。
分かったのだわ。
Even at times like this, Miss Sonia's soft voice is reassuring. They all began inspecting their equipment.
やっぱりすごいね、ソニア先生は。こんな時でも私たちの緊張とか焦りをほぐそうとしてくれて。
Arya. While Shin was adjusting his gauntlet, Arya approached him. The others worked in a slightly distant area.
ソニア先生、責任感が強くて、いつも私たちのことを思ってくれてる。先生がいるから、私たちここまで来れたと思う。ちょっと頼りなく見える時もあるけどね。
Yeah, that's true. Sonia was the one keeping the team's balance. It was hard to tell unless you looked carefully, but thanks to her, Shin and the others could move around freely.
ソニア先生とシン、エンリちゃん、セレスに私。いいチームだよね、ハルモニア派は。
I think so too. That's why we can't lose to the Destroyer's schemes.
みんなと一緒だといつも勇気が湧いてくるもの。お腹の底から熱くなってやってやろうって気持ち。
Yeah, if we all get together and do our best, we won't lose against anyone. He finished inspecting his gauntlet. Finally, he checked the purity of the liquid metal before gripping his fists. When he looked around, Arya and the others were all done preparing. Let's start our plan. Stop the Destroyer ceremony and steal Namtar. Shin stepped forth toward the stone temple where the black wind blew violently. No, it's just hot because of your food preference. I cannot, like, I really do not understand people who are like, eat spicy stuff all the time. Like, you know, I mean, they like that stuff, so like more power to them, but I just can't understand it. The stone circle in the center of the temple was peacefully protected from the crazed wind. The only sound was the wailing of the wind. The inside of the barrier was like being in an eye of the storm, filled with invisible power. And they were in the absolute center. Namtar, Agrippa. As if he was getting rid of his fears, Shin shouted the names out loud. Tiamat understood our situation and gave us an opportunity. That is why we are here to stop your plans. I do believe the president doesn't want to please something in his life. Is that true? Some people might be like that, but I don't think that's like true of everyone. I remember like some of the videos on what was the guy's name? The guy who does like the Hot Ones hot sauce. I forgot his name. But yeah, like I don't think the guy is depressed. I think he's just chasing the high. He says he's chasing the high, like the drug high. He's treating capsaicin as a drug.
破壊者アグリッパ、あなたに逃げ場はありません。ここにはティアマトや王国の援軍も向かっています。おとなしく降伏してください。
今少しで陣風の陣が完成するというに降伏じゃとするわけがなかろう。バカめら、まとめてチリに返してくれるわ。
I won't let you. I already tasted pure capsaicin. Well, in Niall's case, I think he's just like really into the experimenting side of it. Right when Agrippa raised his skull either gear, Shin fired his needle from his gauntlet. But that needle let out a sharp sound and was deflected. It was Namtar who did that with her black spear.
ようやったナムタル。その調子でキャツらの相手をしてやれ。アンジズともウヌの好物はたんまりあるからな。
The dust poured out like gas from Agrippa's skull. The dust consumed Namtar's body as she stood next to him. It was gradually sucked into her life core on her chest, the other Philosopher's Stone. Her body pulsated loudly just once. She arched her back as malicious red light beamed out from her eyes.
このダスト量、カイマ一体のキャパシティをはるかに超えてる。すごいプレッシャー。もしかしたらシンが賢者の石を使った時よりも。カイマであるナムタルは汚れという副作用は関係がないのでしょう。だから
賢者の石の強化を無限に使うことができる。
Perhaps the corruption helped bring out one's inner violence. Namtar also emitted beastly hisses. Shin and the others quickly got ready for battle. First, let's calm Namtar down. I'll find an opening to drain out the dust using my Philosopher's Stone.
大丈夫なの？すごい量だよ。
But I had to do it. Shin placed his hand on his chest and released the limiter on his Philosopher's Stone. At the same time, Namtar let out a cry and let out an attack. Oh, we fight both of them? Really? Okay. Fully resistant to dark, as expected. Oh, but this guy's not. He can take some damage from dark. What the hell? Interesting. Both weak to light. I think we target Agrippa. And then in prison. Earth, I guess? It's fine. These we have some negative status. Yeah, we can clear that up. And then I think we're fine on HP so far. We don't really need to heal. Wait, I did clearance dust, but it didn't clear... What? Okay, weird. I thought it would clear that, but I guess not. And then... Imagine if the game has different longs depending on who is defeated first, or even if both are defeated at the same time. I wish it that's like, I wish that was the case. I imagine the game is not like that. Considering the decisions that they made when making this game, I don't think that would be the case. But it would be really cool if it was. I use this or no? No, we don't have enough for that. Would I have autoed that? Maybe. Namtar's body was flung into the air and bounced off the ground. Before she can get up, Enri quickly extended her thread and tangled it around her limbs. Got it. Shin released his blade and extended his hand toward Namtar. Namtar's Philosopher's Stone was embedded in her chest. Shin raised his hand to the stone that sucked in the dust and activated his skill. The next moment, it felt like his blood flowed backward and boiled over. Ugh. I'm fine. I'm going to nullify Namtar like this. The Philosopher's Stone was still able to emit more power. The issue was whether Shin's body can keep up with it. Cinderella's seed. Ironic how she's the one that helped my body tolerate the corruption. I know it's not good to rely on it too much, but just for now. They really used the healing sound effect for it, huh? Shin roared as he proceeded to tear away the dust that surrounded Namtar. Agrippa ducked and dodged the arrow fired by Miss Sonia. Instantly, he deploys a spell circle before the skull. With Agrippa's shout, the skull's jaw opened as the dust gushes out like gas. But it wasn't normal dust. As if it had a will of its own, it soared through the air and showed signs of it targeting Sonia and the others. Stella's rapier changed shape and turned into a snake-like whip. Twisting her body, she attempted to brush away the gassy ash demons with her whip. However, Celis shouted in despair. The ash demon simply scattered like gas before it clustered back up and regenerated itself.
どうじゃガストどもは鬱陶しかろう。ナムタルの相手で疲れとるウムラにしのげるかな。小僧よ、ナムタルの相手をしとってよいのか。うかうかしとると女どもがやられてしまうのじゃぞ。
So the creative vacuum cleaner. You know? Now that you say that, yeah, why don't they just make a vacuum cleaner? I feel like the vacuum cleaner would win, no? Against dust? If they can make a washing machine, they can make a vacuum cleaner, for sure. Like, what the hell are we doing here? Guys. Yeah, really, guys, like, why don't we have a vacuum cleaner? Shin peered from his shoulder as he shouted.
来てはいけません。シン君とエンリさんはこちらに構わず、ナムタルの無力化を。
But
大丈夫。ここは私が引き受けます。
probably dust will corrupt the storage or filter. I mean, that's what the alchemy is for. I mean, didn't they say that the origins were capable of like well, actually, when you think about like some of the scenes that we've already gone through, you know, like Marduk's volcano clears the dust, and then Kiva's like crevice from the ground that just sucks everything from the surface, like that clears out the dust. So couldn't they, you know, do a thing with that where like they use a vacuum cleaner, they make a vacuum cleaner with like some of the power of the origin so that you can just like suck the dust away, you know? Powered by high level beings. That's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how they would like miniaturize pretty much the power of like the origins to do the dust clearing, but conceptually, right? Like it's something they could do. They just need to scale it, right? Like this is the only thing. They need to scale it somehow. Miss Sonia aimed her crossbow and targeted the ash demons in the air. Casting a spell on the loaded crystal, she waited for the right activation moment.
よく狙ってフォトンブリッド。
The arrow turned into a ray of light and pierces the ash demons. The arrow containing a special bullet deactivated the dust and were effective against the ash demons. The ominous shadow fizzled out after a small explosion.
さすがソニア先生、これなら。
Okay, so don't ask any questions. You just need part of your divine essence to put into this vacuum cleaner. Right? Like, isn't that their whole thing? Like, they make a contract with the gods, with the kin, so they can access some of the powers, right? So couldn't they just like make a contract with all of the origins at the same time, so they can have like a really powerful vacuum cleaner that can suck the dust?
甘いの。そんなやなぞやけ石に水じゃわ。
そんなこと。
これを見てもまだ大口が叩けるかの。
Agrippa raised the skull once again. The gassy dust continued to flow out like a fountain as ash demons multiplied. Miss Sonia turned pale at the numerous amount.
なんて数、あれでは矢がいくらあっても。ソニア先生。下がっていてください。
Miss Sonia fought bravely against the cluster of ash demons. Without stopping, she repeatedly loaded and fired her crossbow, demolishing the gassy ash demons a few at a time. However,
もう矢が。
Miss Sonia stood in awe as she shot out all the crystals she had on hand. Another ash demon swarmed around her and tried to attack her mercilessly.
ソニア先生、危ない。
The ash demon flashed its claws and fangs. The next moment, Miss Sonia closed her eyes shut. A crimson beam of light flashed as it struck the ash demon, ready to slash Sonia any moment. The dust bubbled and evaporated. The rays of light flashed in intervals as they annihilated every ash demon that was closing in on Sonia. The military's here?
危ないところだったが間に合ってよかった。
Oh, they made it here. Oh, but they're not done purifying Namtar. Oh no!
あなたはサーシャ、来てくれたのね。王国軍の少佐さん、セレスの知り合いだっていう。
いかにもマウザー少佐、亡命によりまかり越した。安心してほしい。すでに他の隊員やドールがカイマの掃討を始めている。しかしこの義手は大したものだ。かざすだけでカイマが一撃とは。
Oh wait, she fired that from her hand? That has like ranged functions? What the I thought it was just supposed to be fast. Bro. The major lowered her arm that was still smoking and smiled, satisfied.
ドールの最先端技術を用いた内臓火器だ。下級のカイマごときものの数ではないのだよ。
ヨハン教授。
From behind Major Alexandra, Professor Johan also stepped into the barrier set by the destroyer. At the same time, they heard something crumble from afar.
今の音は
ダストを広げるための要石を一つ砕いておいた。くだらぬ儀式を成功させるわけにはいかないのでね。
なんじゃと？外はダストの嵐のはずじゃ。石の配置を見破るどころか容易にはたどり着けぬはず。
貴様の浅はかな工夫などお見通しなのだよ。セカンドモデルのちょうどいい実践テストになったというところか。
What the? Johan turned to look and a single doll entered from the swirling barrier of dust. What is this, bro? What is What? The specially equipped doll with a cloak caught Shin's attention. What? A new type?
ああ、もう2歳が一星の口を聞くようになりよって。
破壊者などにそのようなことを言われる筋合いは。
Agrippa's skull exhaled more dust.
何も見えない。
少佐、破壊者は逃亡を図るつもりだ。君から見て10時の方向追跡したまえ。
Johan puts his hand on his monocle and controlled it while sending instructions to Major Alexandra.
承知。ヒートマグナム。
The Major raised her prosthetic arm at the dust and fired repeatedly. Explosive clouds appeared instantly, but the Major grabbed her saber with her right hand and leaped into the crimson fires.
サーシャ、私も。危険です。破壊者がどんな罠を張っているか。
それなら余計サーシャだけに任せるわけにはいきません。行きます。
セレス、待って。だったら私も行くよ。
Dallas and Arya followed and disappeared into the curtain of smoke.
破壊者の追跡はひとまず彼女たちに任せておけば良さそうだな。今はそれより。
Not to lose another arm? Oh no. if Well, to be fair, if she loses another arm, she gets another prosthetic that can just shoot. Like, she has like double the firepower, no? Professor Johan turned back to face Shin and the others. He glanced at the ash demon Namtar and placed a weak smile.
ご苦労だったな、ハルモニア派の諸君。その人型が今回の異変の元凶だろう。
Wait a minute, Namtar is...
ナムタル。そのカイマの個体名か。かなり危険なカイマだったようだが、それを抑え込むとはさすがだな、シン。
Professor Johan calmly approached them.
その個体のコアは興味深い。破壊者などに利用されるよりこちらで回収しておかねば。
Johan must have sent a command with his monocle. With a sharp mechanical sound, the so-called new type of doll moved. Henry tried to protect Namtar from the doll's gun.
待って、ナムタルはシンの妹かもしれないの。
Oh shit!
妹？
You're just gonna say that? right now? Professor Johan once again examined Namtar before turning to Shin with a look of confusion.
シン、君は今そのカイマのダストを自らの肉体に吸収している。その力は我々錬金術師にとって未知のものだ。そしておそらくそこのカイマも君と同じ力を有している。一体どういうことなのか、説明をしてほしいものだ。
It's the reveal. Trade secret. I know, right? Industry secret, man. I can't. That's... Shin hesitated from speaking. The Philosopher's Stone was kept secret aside from Chancellor Faust and the members of the Harmonia College. The fact that Namtar possessed the same power became the reason for suspicion against Shin.
とにかくそのカイマは透滅させてもらおう。邪魔するなら君は破壊者と同類ということになる。
Oh, what?
何を言ってるんですか。シンくんが破壊者と同類だなんて。
君にはわかるはずだ。ダストを糧にする力の危険が天津さえそれでカイマをかばおうな。
違います。これには深い理由があって。
事情なら後で聞こう。とにかく今は。
Professor Johan placed his finger on his monocle. The new type begins to move. Stop! Lay your hands off Anna! Shin unconsciously mentioned his sister's name. The new type moves briskly as it charged at Namtar, who was sealed with the thread. However, the blade that fired from Shin's gauntlet stopped its movement.
邪魔をするのか。
Please listen to me. This girl is not a regular ash demon.
だから危険だと言っている。邪魔をするようなら君にもおとなしくしてもらおうか。
You blockhead! You blockhead! Accepting Professor Johan's command, the new type doll moved. Its natural movements made it hard to believe it was a doll. It drew close to Shin and prepared to fight. The movements aren't the same as the previous dolls. Shin instinctively knew they were in danger. Quickly, he switched his gauntlet to firing mode and shot needle bullets near the doll's feet. At that moment, he got behind it and formed another blade. Suddenly, Shin's body was blasted away into the back. He saw sparks fly with a strong impact. The doll raised its legs and rammed a mighty kick at him. It was as if the doll read Shin's movement. The blade he was forming was crushed by the doll's sharp heel as the tip dug into Shin's shoulder.
Shin!
What agility! And it didn't realize the vulnerability of the liquid metal when it was forming? The doll pointed the muzzle on its right arm. The gun fired energy-type bullets toward Shin. What? Shin quickly hid behind the stone pillar nearby. It apparently wasn't trying to kill Shin. Without firing further shots, the doll turned toward Namtar. There was a roar of gunfire as numerous bullets rammed into Namtar. Shin yelled out loud as he darted out. You're alive?
ほう、大した生命力。いや、これは金属繊維の守りか。
Professor Johan calmly analyzed the situation. The only reason why Namtar was alive after taking on a shower of bullets was thanks to the threads binding her. The thread was connected to Enri's ether gear, the twin claws. She quickly fiddled with the spell and made the thread into a bulletproof vest to protect her body.
でも私の糸は衝撃まで殺せないのだわ。
With a painful expression, Namtar let out a weak cry. Under the metallic thread, her body must have taken on a great amount of damage. Also, the dust to regenerate her body is being drained away. Even without the binding, it must be difficult for her to stand back up.
悪あがきはやめたまえ。そのコアは抜き出し、研究に活用させてもらう。
The doll began marching toward Namtar. To completely put an end to her, it switched to a blade for execution. No! Stop!
させないの。
Trying to protect Namtar, Shin and Enri leaped toward the doll. The doll read the pincer attack by the two. First, the doll used its natural movements to dodge the threads from Henry and then jabbed her spleen using its arm with a gun. Ow! Henry squirmed as she rolled. Henry! Damn it. Shin's attack from the doll's blind spot wouldn't reach it either. Without even turning to Shin, it twisted its arm just to repel the blade. Soon after, the doll fired as Shin felt the pain strike his abdomen.
安心したまえ。出力は抑えてあるから死にはしない。味方が本気なら今頃君やジューマの体には風穴が開いているがね。
No. Anna. Shin dropped to his knee as he tried to reach out while crouching, but his body felt numb and would not listen to him. Beyond the hazy vision, the new type was about to swing its sword at Namtar. The way she cringed in pain overlapped with Anna's. The memory of not being able to save her replayed before him in vivid colors. Anna! The doll raised its blade and blood spattered all over. Oh, red blood splattered all over the ground, and even on the doll's sensor. Shin swallowed his breath. Apart from his unstable mind, his reasoning was making practical decisions. Ash demons don't shed blood. Red blood belongs to live humans. Therefore, the one the doll cut wasn't Namtar, but... Miss Sonia? Miss Sonia spread her arms defending Namtar. The doll's blade dug deeper into her shoulder.
諦めないで。シン。
Covered in blood, Sonia collapsed to her knees right in front of Shin and the others. That almost felt like they were watching it in slow motion.
いや、嘘。
バカな。攻撃モーションに入ったドールに割り込むなど。
Even before thinking, his body was moving. Upon getting to his feet, he charged at the doll and raised his blade, which he unconsciously formed. At the moment of impact, the crack ran through the blade and shattered, but it seemed like it reached the doll's armor under its cloak.
まさか動けるはずが。
His breathing was heavy like a beast. His body felt hot. The dust he drained out of Namtar was being converted into energy and spread throughout his body. It replaced his paralyzed nervous system and the naturally built circuits that move Shin's body. Power brewed from inside as it turned into an aggressive spirit against the new type doll. How dare you do that to Anna and Miss Sonia?
やめたまえ。それ以上は手加減できなくなるぞ。
Shut up. I'm going to break these dolls. An irresistible urge struck Shin. It almost felt like a sweet narcotic in his brain. As Shin crossed his arms, new blades were formed from both his gauntlets.
どうして。
That voice was heard the moment Shin went to attack. Shin did not emit an actual voice. She did not emit an actual voice. It was a voice of an innocent young girl that rang in Shin's head. Shin stopped moving in time and turned back to Namtar, who was still lying on the ground. Anna? No, Namtar, is that you? Whose voice was that?
どうしてナムタラ助けるの。
Are her thoughts being transmitted through the dust? No. Is the Philosopher's Stone resonating? Shin gazed at Namtar. She stared back at Shin's eyes as if she wanted to say something desperately. Just understood that he has Protoss weapons. Yeah, dude, I think I said it the first time he brought his gauntlets out and he had like the blade on like the first dungeon back in, what was it, the second session? Or it might have been the first session actually. Like, he's basically a Protoss zealot. He's like a Protoss zealot or like a Protoss Dark Templar from StarCraft 2. Yeah. He has like side blades, man. That was more than enough to know that the voice that rang in his head was not his imagination.
ナムタララストを操る男に捕まった。頭の中クルクルして逆らえなくなった。
You were being controlled by Agrippa. Despite not being her actual voice, it was the first time he'd heard her speak this much. Since their minds were connected, her speech seemed more orderly than before. The more he heard her voice, the more Shin was reminded of his sister's voice.
お前、ナムタルのダスト吸った。力は抜けたけど、頭の中はすっきりした。アンナ、助けたい。お前の心、伝わった。ナムタルはナムタル、アンナじゃない。けど、敵じゃないの、わかる。
At that moment, Namtar nodded only to Shin.
賢者の石、この命、一度だけ委ねる。
That was when something sparked deep within his head, like a fruit of knowledge overflowing from its shell. A new spell emerged in Shin's mind. He knew what to do next. Philosopher's Stone, critical point. Synchronized wavelengths with Namtar's dust. Output image. Shin extended his arm and raised his fist. Through the Philosopher's Stone in his body, the purified dust turns into a ball of light. Until now, Shin used the power of the Philosopher's Stone to enhance his physical movement and calculation abilities. It was his first time firing that purified energy out of his body. Oh shh! To control and materialize it to be used as a resource, it required a sophisticated spell.
何をしている？エーテルギアを使わずに生身の体でどうやってこんな現象を？
Please stay quiet and watch just for a little while. It's not for battle. I'm using the Philosopher's Stone to save a life.
賢者の石だと。
Henry! Shin turned back to Henry. Harmed by the doll earlier and still stunned from witnessing Miss Sonia being stabbed, she couldn't help but to gaze up at Shin in awe.
暖かい光、ダストを元にしながらここまで純粋な光なんて。
Henry, I'll fire this ball of light toward you. Save Miss Sonia with this, Henry. What?
私が？でもどうやって？
I'm sure you'll know. Your knowledge isn't lost, you just don't remember. But the opportunity has been given to you. Henry unconsciously touched her cheek. Right before they arrived, that was where Tiamat touched her. Back then, Tiamat told Henry she has a secret potential lying within her.
私は縁と断り、世界を構成するエレメントを紡ぐ英知のオリジン、アスタルテの層の一つ。シン。
Henry's expression turned stern. She extended her hand toward the sphere of light floating above Shin's hand. The tips of her nails dug into the ball. A change began to show on the ball. Numerous cracks ran across the surface and covered the sphere in a flash. No, they were not cracks. As Henry withdrew her nails, they unraveled into sparkling thread. Like a ball of yarn, Henry drew out the thread.
この糸は命をつなぎ、縁を手繰り寄せるためのフェアリーコクーン。手術開始。
Henry turned to Miss Sonia, collapsed in a pool of blood. She wove in her threads to close the wound and to quickly stop the blood. The bright white thread turned into a shade of red and served as blood vessels. Her organs were repaired at the same time her wounds were sutured. Miss Sonia's wounds were clearly fatal, and yet Henry's incredibly fast and precise technique managed to close it up.
処置完了。
After completing the process, Henry wiped the sweat off her forehead. Miss Sonia was pale from the blood loss, but was asleep, breathing quietly. How's Miss Sonia? Is she okay?
安静にしていれば命に別状はないはずだわ。でも
Henry got up as she glanced at Namtar, still laying on the ground.
私にはもう一つやることがあるの。あの子は敵じゃないのだわ。だから助けてあげないと。
Henry combined the thread used to restrain Namtar and the remainder of the glowing yarn ball to wrap her body with the glowing fiber. That was almost like a cocoon. It was gentle, warm, and clear like a mother's womb. It was a cradle of alchemy.
暖かい。初めてこの感じ。眠い。
Why was that the comparison? That was a bit weird. Please believe us. We won't do anything to harm you. There was no response from Namtar. After that, Shin did not hear her voice in his mind anymore. It seems like she fell asleep inside the cocoon. Henry used up all of the ball of light.
ナムタルには眠ってもらって、その間に傷を癒してもらうことにしたの。眉は自分からは破れないようになっているから。
So technically we managed to seal her. Thank you, Henry. Shin thanked her from the bottom of his heart. Miss Sonia and Namtar, Henry managed to weave the threads of life for two. Even with the Philosopher's Stone, this was not something Shin could do alone. He felt grateful for Henry being able to perform this miraculous act.
あくまでそのカイマを助けようというのか。それが持つコア。その希少性を知りながら。
Yes, it's exactly how you see it, Professor Johan. Now that we have her sealed, she shouldn't be dangerous. The destroyer has also fled. I think we're done battling here.
どうも私は君たちに欺かれていたようだね。しかし、その手の内は見せてもらった。
Professor Johan placed his hand on his right monocle. He made some sort of command as the new type doll lowered its guard. Shin let out a sigh of relief.
よかろう。ソニア教授の負傷はこちらにも落ち度があった。いいものを見せてもらったことだし、ここは私が引き下がろう。
Thank you, very much. The exhaustion suddenly hit as a sense of fatigue attacked him. Climbing a harsh mountain, fighting Namtar, and using the Philosopher's Stone all took a toll on his mind and body.
大丈夫かね。支援装備のドールを呼び寄せよう。破壊者の追跡は我々に任せてくれればいい。
All right. Unable to stand any longer, Shin dropped to his knees. Professor used the transmitter on his monocle and sent his troops a signal. He then placed his hand on Shin's shoulder. Tomorrow, Shin will wake up in the lab water container. Imagine, like, I can already see him trying to offer his Philosopher's Stone instead of Namtar. He's gonna get dissected, bro.
賢者の石、興味深いものだ。ぜひとも。
Professor Johan's eyes were like a snake targeting its prey. Oh no! Soon after, even with the Major, Zealous, Arya, and the dolls going after the destroyer, Agrippa managed to get off the mountain and escape. Damn, bro, how the hell did an old man basically run away from all of you? What the fuck are you doing? Belarus? Bruh. With Miss Sonia's wound and everyone's exhaustion, the Harmonia College was in no condition to continue exploring. With the aid of the military, they were heading back to the academy. Among them was the Ash Demon Namtar sleeping inside the cocoon. The day after returning from the Valley of Roaring Winds, Shin went to check up on Miss Sonia. Thanks to Henry's surgery, Miss Sonia managed to survive, but she was still in a state where she had to rest. Aside from the effects of massive blood loss and hypothermia, her shoulder that was slashed by the doll would take some time to heal completely and move again. Old Wizard's night slot would never be underestimated. Hey, Spar. Genki desu yo. Excuse us.
起きていますか先生。
Shin gently opened the door to Miss Sonia's infirmary. He didn't want to disturb her with a group, so he was alone with Arya. There was a faint response. Shin and Arya walked over to the clean white bed.
すみません。わざわざ来てもらって。ああ、起きなくていいですよ。楽にしててください。でも。
We're here to see how you're doing. If we make you tired, that doesn't serve the purpose of our visit.
ごめんなさいね。頼りない先生で。
Arya helped her back on the bed as Miss Sonia placed an apologetic smile on her face. You're not unreliable at all. Thanks to you, we were able to bring back Namtar safely.
そうですよ。思ったより元気そうで安心しました。早く体を治して工房に戻ってきてくださいね。
Nickel. What the hell is cat garu? What?
そうですね。でも、
Is there anything bothering you? Is there something bothering you, rather?
はい。あまり長い間、工房の長が不在なのもよくありませんし、どうしたものかと。私の代わりにハルモニア派をまとめてくれる人がいるといいんですが。
Sonia was trying to figure out who can be the person in charge. Since the Harmonia College was so small, there wasn't anyone that can substitute. This would be different if there were more master alchemists like the Murdoch College, but in the Harmonia College's case, there was a risk of them turning dysfunctional. After contemplating for a while, Miss Sonia gazed up at Arya.
アリアさん、しばらくの間、私の代わりをしてもらえないでしょうか。
私が？
はい。アリアさんが一番適任ですから、お願いできませんか？
でも、私なんかよりシンの方が。
No, you were in the Harmonia College before me. Even as an alchemist, you have more experience than me too. Shin spoke honestly and not through modesty. He also thought if someone were to be Miss Sonia's substitute, Arya would be suitable.
ダメ！私に先生の代わりなんて無理だって！
Arya shook her head intensely. She then faced Miss Sonia and held her hand as she spoke.
先生、弱気なこと言わないでください。すぐに良くなって戻ってこれます。それまで私たちずっと待ってますから。
アリアさん、そうですね。無理強いはできません。私もちょっと弱気になっていたかもしれません。
While laying down, a faint smile appeared on Miss Sonia's lips. She probably wanted Arya to be the substitute representative. I think she's suited for it. Not having to accept the role as a representative, Arya seemed relieved. Shin glanced at her profile with an odd feeling. In the Harmonia College workshop, the buzz of the academy was being brought in. That was a rare, humanoid, ash-demon specimen, Namtar, who continued to sleep in the cocoon. Ah, fuck. I can read the... what is this? 6, 7... I can read the no-nihongo part. I can't read anything else there. Or at least like I know... I recognize some of the characters. I don't remember how to read those. And I don't know what the hell that means apart from Japanese in that sentence. How's it going? Have you noticed anything different? After his visit to see Miss Sonia, Shin headed to the workshop. At the workshop, Henry was keeping an eye on Namtar.
今のところ休眠状態が続いているの。眉の中で体の修復は少しずつ進んでいるけど、生体反応は微弱なままだわ。
Well, I guess that's expected after most of her dust was removed. Shin let out a sigh. Namtar took on a lot of damage during the battle with Shin and the new type doll. Thanks to Henry's cocoon, she managed to stay in a state of a coma, but the lack of dust should make it difficult for her to maintain her body structure.
ナムタルの目を覚ますにはダストを注ぐしかないと思うの。
I could read that, but I won't.
けどそれだとまた暴れ出す恐れがあるわ。最悪ダストで汚染されるかも。ソニア先生が不在の今、危険度の高い実験は許可が下りないと思う。
Oops. Looks like we just have to continue observing her. There were plenty of things he wanted to ask Namtar. Shin felt frustrated at being unable to speak to her even though she was right before his eyes.
シン、焦っちゃダメ。ナムタルは逃げたりしないのだわ。
That's right. I guess I'll continue observing Namtar while we proceed on other research and formulas. Shin muttered to himself as he looked at the cocoon lying on the bed. Sonia has left. Okay, so Sonia's not in the party for a while. Cool. Take a save here. And let's see. No new dungeons. We have a side story. Shin and Silas meet the refugees in the camp, listen to their problems. They think of what they can do to help. And then the main story. After the battle in the Valley of Roaring Winds, Shin and his friends returned to the academy, only to be treated as suspects. Oh shit. Yeah. Let's see. We probably don't have. Wait. Oh wait, no, we already have that. But we don't have any of the stuff we need for other materials. Farm. No, we're not gonna farm. We're not gonna farm. Oh wait, actually, hold on. We can already make Miss Sonia's gun. It would be kind of pointless considering Sonia's not in the party at the moment, but we can make it. No, I'll do it some other time. Before we continue, give me a moment here. I'll be right back. Hello? I'm back. Okay. So... Yeah, let's do the side story first. Today, Shin was visiting the refugee camp outside the royal capital with Celis. Again, okay. Many of the refugees lost their homes due to the massive oblivion. Shin shared a similar experience as a child. Therefore, ever since his first visit to the camp, Shin made several trips and became familiar with the refugees. Oh, why? Isn't it the alchemist Sunny? You're here again. The washing machine you made for us previously is helping us a lot. I'm glad. Is it working fine? Speaking of which, it does make funny sounds lately. Maybe it's acting up somewhere. Alright, I'll take a look later. Really? That'd be helpful. So, Sunny, how are you and Princess Celestiana getting along? Any progression? What? Or they really having stop there for them? No, I paused for a bit, but I'm back. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Huh? Not really. Aw, don't be a wuss. I hope you're not shying away just because she's a princess. It's not like that. Then you might as well give it a shot. Don't worry, I'm sure the princess doesn't hate you or anything, Sunny. Right. Unsure how to respond, Shin could only chuckle along. That's not a definite answer. Then, do you want us to make an opportunity for you? Hey, princess, come over here for a sec. This alchemist Sunny has something he needs to talk to you about. What? What? Wait, what are you? To the lady's unnecessary treatment, Shin panicked. Celis, who was helping with the food distribution, noticed the lady's voice and began approaching them.
どうしたのシン？話って。
Those damn shippers? I know, right? No, nothing.
なんだか顔が赤いみたいだけど。
The ladies watched with grins plastered on their faces. He was sure that they would start complaining at any moment now. Shin felt a nervousness similar to when he was about to mess up a formula.
おい、兄貴！
This voice is... Shin recognized the face of the boy who darted toward them like a bullet. Roka, you're looking well. I hope you're not doing anything bad. Hey, Kyange of Ahandi? Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything about that. You know, people choose what they want to watch. That's how it goes. Yeah, the content consumed, so they decide to create some show for themselves. Okay, you're looking well.
んなことしねえよ。見せたいものがあって兄貴が来るのを待ってたんだ。
Something you wanted to show me?
いいからこっち来いって。
Raka abruptly grabbed and tugged on his arm. Normally he would break away from that, but for now, this saved him. Sorry, Celis, I'm gonna go with him.
わかったわ。
早く。こっちだって。
Ow, no need to tug that hard. I'm going. Urged by Raka, Shin dashed away from the scene. Celis was left behind with a puzzled expression. Darn it, Raka had to interrupt at the best moment. I don't know if that was the best moment. That was a really awkward moment.
いいところ？でも、あの子も元気になったみたいでよかったですね。
That sounds funny for someone else, I guess. At the end of the day, you know, people choose to watch what they want to watch. Like, I can't control that. If I'm not showing up on their algorithm, then it'd be like that, you know? Also, I'm sorry, but like, the YouTube side is still not working for streamer bots, so your messages are not being relayed to the Twitch side, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for dropping by though. We're playing the Alchemist of Ars Magna. Which is like, it's a relatively, it's like a 2-year-old visual novel, but it kind of plays like a very old visual novel instead. Yes, well, if we can return to the village, it would be best.
兄貴、ほらこれ。
As Rocco brought Shin to the edge of the camp, he proudly presented the insect cage to Shin. Peeking in, Shin rejoiced. The Ariadne giant rhino beetle. It's a full-grown insect.
へへ、すごいだろ
That beetle was something Shin gave Rocco under the condition that he would take good care of it. It was still a larvae back then, but this meant Rocco kept his promise. The Ariadne giant rhino beetle was delicate and complicated to raise. It must have required a lot of dedication. Seeing the fully grown beetle, Shin was happy to see it, as if it were his own achievement. Great job, this is an amazing beetle.
あ、角でっかくて強そうだろ。もう一匹いたら戦わせてみるんだけどな。
Then next time, should I bring my beetle?
本当か？
It's not as great as the Ariadne giant rhino beetle, but I have a great one that's a good match back in my room.
俺だって負けねえぞ。
Rocco looked thrilled and was ready to have a match on the spot. It's been a while since I did insect wrestling. I used to do it a lot with my master.
俺も前は父ちゃんと。
Uh-oh. Remembering his tough past, Rocco's expression suddenly turned glum. Sorry, did I make you remember?
別に何でもねえよ。それより兄貴、約束だからな。次は絶対兄貴の兜連れてこいよ。
Yeah, it's a promise. Shin smiled and nodded as he returned the Ariadne giant rhino beetle back into its cage. Parting with Rocco, he returned to where he was before. He spotted Solace conversing with some of the refugees. Shin tilted his head. Unlike the chipper mood from earlier, the mood seemed rather concerning. Something wrong, Solace? Did something happen?
何かあったというわけではないのだけど。
Solace turned her troubled expression to the ladies around them. I know it's wrong for me to say this to someone who is working so hard for us, but when I think about how much longer we have to live like this, I get all sad. How much longer do we have to live like this? Will we be able to return to our homelands someday? I remember this game. No, that's fine. This is a pretty niche visual novel, I have to say. This is normally not something someone would stream, I think. Like, it doesn't even show up on like YouTube's list of games. Like when you upload a video or like make a stream, usually YouTube lets you choose the game that it shows. This is not in the options. Same thing for Twitch. Like if I'm streaming this on Twitch as well, like Twitch does not give me an option to list the game. So when my alert like pops up, it just says no game. Yeah, that latest us. Shin could not respond immediately to their concerns. The contamination of the northern part of the continent was critical. The appearance of oblivion was also unpredictable. Of course, the Academy's alchemists were working day and night to combat the dust, but whether the environment would be restored in the future was unknown. Shin could not give them false hope. Oh, I'm sorry. They've been so good to us. I'd be punished if I complain. That's right. It's our job to work hard and knock some guts back into the men. The ladies attempted to wipe away the gloomy mood with laughter. But to Shin, their laughter seemed somewhat dry. After leaving the camp, Shin took a walk around the royal capital with Celis. Her expression was still clouded and seemed bothered by the comment from earlier. I think the people at the camps are becoming more open to being able to worry like that. Until now, all they could think about was to survive and didn't have time to think about the future. But thanks to your help, they're beginning to feel more at home in the capital. The refugee camps still had their soup kitchens running, but there have been job assignments given to them according to their abilities. When Shin and Celis visited, only housewives and children like Rocco were around. The men were off at work. So I don't think it's entirely a bad thing. You and the others are doing your best. That's why the refugees can slowly think about the future.
うん。真の言いたいことはわかるけど。
Celis still appeared to be unsatisfied.
私は今まで民の暮らしや安全を守ることばかり考えていたわ。それさえ満たせば義務を果たせると思って。 でもそうではないのね。シンの言う通り、彼らが前を向こうとしているなら、その前途を明るくするのも私たちのなすべきことなのよ。
I don't think you should think about it too hard. You're too serious at times. This is a good thing, but dealing with the oblivion is not only your responsibility. I feel like this is wrong. We all have to face it together. This is a good... Oh wait, no. I guess it's kind of correct, but it reads weird. Basically, he's just saying like she's not alone in dealing with it.
そうね。私だってそこまでうぬぼれているつもりはないわ。でもせめて明日の糧になるような希望を彼らに見せてあげられないかと思って。
Yeah, good future just don't know what to do. Thanks, man. Hope, huh? That's pretty hard. That was where their conversation ended. The two continued to walk in silence. Celis raised her head when they were about to walk past the main street and crossed into the street headed toward the academy.
そうだわ。難民たちはみんな昔の暮らしを懐かしがっていた。ねえシンウ、その思い出を蘇らせてあげることはできないかしら。
Revive those memories?
海板を使うのよ。うまくいけば彼らの心を慰め励ますことができるかもしれないわ。
Map? Hold on, Celis. I'm not understanding what you mean. Shin was not picking up what she was thinking. However, Celis seemed confident of her thoughts and held Shin's arm.
付き合ってくれる？今から学長に会いに行くわ。
Oh, they're gonna borrow the map again? Huh? Celis? Luckily, they were able to meet the Chancellor without waiting long. Shin bowed to the Chancellor, who was fixing his collar at his desk. Excuse me, we apologize for interrupting you.
まあ気にするな。何か頼みがあるのだろう。言っておくが、娘の頼みだからと予定を空けたわけではないぞ。
He totally did free up his time for his daughter. I never asked. Yeah, exactly.
して頼みとは？
はい、実はコスモの海板を使わせてもらいたいのです。
おお、何かの観測か演算に使おうというのかね。
いえ、民のために。
民のため。詳しく理由を聞かせてもらおうか。
To Faust's words, Celis nodded. Shin also had the same question, so he focused on what she had to say.
というわけで、景色だけでも民に懐かしい故郷を見せてあげたいのです。
なるほどな。心優しい、そなたらしい気遣いだ。
They used the map function to replicate a virtual scenery of their homeland. That was Celis' idea. Formerly, they projected the academy for a duel using the function on the map of the cosmos. With it, Celis was trying to comfort those who missed their homeland.
そなたの望み、そして民のためとなるなら叶えてやりたいが、それには難点があるな。オブリビオンで失われた地の風景を我々は知る術を持たない。
それは故郷の記憶を持つ人に話を聞いて。
一人一人と面談し聴取するというのか。それでは膨大な時間がかかるな。いいな。無限の時間をかけたところで、思い出の景色というのは個人によって違うものだ。誰もが納得する風景は作り出せぬ。むしろそれでは似て非なる場所という違和感を際立たせるだけのことではないか。
それは。
The Chancellor's point was right on the dot. Unable to respond, Celis looked down. Chancellor, so you're saying it's impossible to recreate memories with the map?
海板単体では難しいであろうな。ありし日の記憶を寸分たがわず正確に覚えているものでなければシミュレートはできぬ。
Which place are you streaming at, or which country you're on? I'm streaming from Asia, like somewhere in Asia. There's no one like that. Shin was disappointed. It was impossible for even an apostle to accurately capture and calculate the past.
いや、私に一つ心当たりがある。相手は人ではなく送信なのだが。
A god? As the Chancellor rose, he pulled out a book from the bookshelf. Flipping through the pages, he pointed to a section.
これだ。送信シャムハト。大地の記憶を司っているエンシェント級の送信。
The memories of the land.
ソシエにおいて万物は流転するもの。しかし変わりゆく事象の記憶を留めておく送信もまたいるのだ。
Cool.
ではそのシャムハトという送信ならもしかしたら。
The Chancellor nodded firmly to Solace, who asked enthusiastically.
シャムハトの協力が得られれば失われた景色を海板上に投影することもできるかもしれないな。
Where's the so-called god named Shamat?
シャムハトは地の献身だ。近年は姿を見せていないがガーデンの深部におる。
Oh, you're from the Philippines? Okay. Cool. The garden? An unexpected name came up. The garden was an underground labyrinth managed by the academy. It was close by, and that was also where Shin experienced his first lesson.
ガーデンはもともと開祖が環境を保全するために作ったものと言われておるのだよ。管理しているのはその上層に過ぎない。
What the hell is that guy tall? This guy is, actually, I don't know if we know his age. I actually don't remember. I don't think they mentioned Faust's age before. So I have like no clue how old this guy is, but you know, he's the Chancellor. He's probably in his prime, maybe, or like a little past his prime. So he's probably. And then like Shin is supposed to be like a teen, right? I don't remember also exactly when this guy's. I don't remember what their ages or if it was even mentioned. It's also probably like the framing. That's just how they framed it. So you're saying the god Shamhat is on the floors much lower than the ones the Cagliostro Academy manages? Makes 3 of us from the Philippines now, right, Stu?
ガーデンは天然の迷宮だ。そこまで確かめに行った者は数えるほどしかいないがな。
So 40 or 50? Yeah, probably. Like, you know, if he's like... Because he's her dad, and then he's also like the Chancellor of the Academy, and he's also the king at the same time. They've been doing alchemy for however many years. 40 and 45 is probably an okay guess. The Guardian is a national... Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. But there are alchemists that met Shamat, right?
何を隠そう。一人はこの私だ。
Oh. Chancellor Faust appeared proud.
学長にできたのなら私たちにもガーデンを攻略してシャムハトと会うことができるということですね。
いや、甘く見てもらっては困るぞ。ガーデンの深部は一度迷えば帰ってこれぬ魔窟ゆえな。
でも学長は攻略できたのでしょ。なら私たちだってねえシン。
Yeah, we've been through the trials of the origins too.
そなたらの実力を疑うわけではないが。
The Chancellor seemed displeased, but Salus didn't seem to care and turned to Shin.
探索の準備をしましょう。ガーデンの深部でシャムハトとの契約をするために。
Got it. Let's meet up with the others.
待て、セレスよ。行く前に一つだけ言っておくことがある。
何でしょうか。
Just as Salus was about to leave, she turned around with a look of wonder.
そなたは民のためを思ってこのような試みを考えたのだろう。 だがそれが真実そのもののためとなるか、それとも自己満足に過ぎるのか、今一度己に問うてみることだ。
自己満足？私のやろうとしているのが余計なことだと？
そうは言っておらぬ。しかしそなたが民の喜びと感謝を得ようと思っておるのなら、必ずしも望む結果が得られるとは思わぬことだな。
私は感謝されるために行動しているわけでは。
分かっておるよ、セレス。そなたの真心は尊ぶべきものだ。しかし、そうだな。この問題については、真の方が本質を見抜いておるかもしれんな。
真が？
The two shifted their gaze to Shin. Shin was surprised at the sudden shift of attention.
真、あなたは故郷を失った人たちに海岸でその景色を見せることをどう思っているの？
I thought that was very much like you, Celes. Perhaps his answer did not satisfy her. Celes appeared disgruntled. Celes, if it's something you want to do, I'll lend you a hand. I think it's worth trying to form a contract with Shamhat.
Shin!
I don't think we need to come up with an answer regarding the Chancellor's question. I think we should act first.
頼んだぞ、シン。そなたらがガーデンに向かっている間、私は海岸の準備を進めておこう。
The Chancellor's words indicated that he was not necessarily opposed to Celes' idea. Shin took a bow with Celes, and they left the Chancellor's room. Okay. Cool.
新しい発見が待っているのだわ。
Oh, so there's probably like a story bit here before it reveals the rest of the dungeon. Okay.
"自分の信念をどこまでも貫くまで。いいもの拾っちゃった。使命のためにもっと強くなるの。これは嬉しいわね。私たちならやれて当然なのだわ。
We go around.
ねえねえ、これっていいものかしら。疲れたの。
That's a trap. Take the one way and then we'll go around again. Is it her again? Last time it got weird. Yeah, this is I mean, technically this is a R18 visual novel. I just don't have the R18 patch installed for obvious reasons. I don't know. I don't know if there are multiple endings. As in multiple routes, like you have a different route for each girl, or I don't know if it has multiple endings which are like just alternate endings, and you just end up romancing like all the girls or whatever. Because this is also literally like my first time playing this game as well.
いいもの拾っちゃった。 休むのも仕事のうちね。
Oh, there's like no story bit. It's just why did they have to? Why did they have to like split it like that if there's like no story bit? What the hell? Okay then. We have like a long one-way route over here. We'll take that, and then I'm just gonna go around to pick up the items here. So
使命のためにもっと強くなるの。使命のためにもっと強くなるの。よかった、見つけたのね。
and there we go around.
ここで一息つきましょう。
So I can take this item over here, whatever the hell that is. A lot of gold.
ちょっと休憩していこうか。
Okay, so we have a one-way route up here. So we'll take that one first.
"使命のためにもっと強くなるの。
よし、この調子でいこ
う。もらっていきましょう。
There's another item over here.
Yoshi, この調子でいこ
う。もらっていきましょ
う。Mithril ore. Nice. We have another long one-way route on the other side.
自分の信念をどこまでも貫くまで。
錬金術の奥義は戦いにも通じているんだ。
えのためにもっと強くなるの。
Okay. Let's see what the gold chest is.
よかった。
Black barrel.
見つけたのね。ここで少しリラックス。
Maybe pick up this.
やったー、ラッキー。
More gold ore. Oh, there was really nothing. I didn't mean to click that. There was nothing there, okay.
疲れたの。
As they descended from the upper levels maintained by the academy, the structure of the underground palace became more complex. Wormhole-like paths intersected along with stairs going up when they should be descending. Plenty of tricks were incorporated to get them lost. But Shin and Salas made use of their alchemy skills and items to go further inward. And then... Are you the god Shamhat? The god was seated on a metallic pedestal with a mysterious glow and surrounded by crystals. Oh, what the hell? The appearance matched what the Chancellor described. Shin made his way forth and introduced himself. I am Shin, an alchemist. This is Celis, also an alchemist. We came all the way here seeking your powers to hold the memories of this land.
シン、セレス。私はお前たちを知っています。
What the...
頭の中に声が。
Is this Shamhat's voice? A voice echoed directly in their mind. Shin and Celis looked at each other in shock. According to their research, Shamhat's duty as a god was to observe and remember events on the lands of Sosie that hasn't been contaminated by the dust. While new observations of the contamination by the Oblivion cannot be made, it was no surprise that Shamhat observed and recorded their actions in Sosie.
シン、セレス。お前たちの行いは正しい。けれどその歩みの中で取りこぼしてきたものもまた多い。
Is still a side quest? Yes, this is a side story. We're doing the side story. We probably have enough time for the main story, or the next main story scene. But probably just the scene. We're probably not going to go into a dungeon now, right after. Shamhat. The voice ringing in their head was calm and kind, but Shin thought Shamhat's voice contained some sadness.
お前たちはそうして過去になった者たちのことを忘れず記憶に留めていることができますか？自らの汚点を進んで捨て去り、忘れ去ってゆくのが人の性なのではありませんか？
What?
眩しい。何の光？
Flashbang warning? Sorry about that. I was also hit. Ow. Can we get dark mode? Doors around Shamhat emit light and diffuse reflection all over. Oh shit. This one. Here's to get welcome to a bar. This is not a game. Like yeah. There's one. I'm not sure what the punchline is there. The light dimmed in a few seconds, but in the next moment as they opened their eyes, there was something that wasn't there before. Shin was shocked at what stood before him. That's... no way.
狂神ニヌルタ。
The oddly shaped creature that looked like a compilation of giant beetles was the apocalyptic god created by the destroyer Agrippa. It was an abomination born from the eclipsing of the twin gods, Ninil and Ninya. Shin and the others previously fought Minolta in the northern forest.
ニヌルタは消滅したはずなのに。
It must be Shamhat's ability. It withdrew the memories of Minolta engraved in the earth and replicated it.
見せてもらいましょうか。お前たちの力を。そしてその心が。 私の力を託すに値するか。
Is that the test? To fight Minolta once again?
シン、来るわ。
Minolta dragged its massive body and charged toward them. The two managed to dodge it by jumping to either side. Minolta crashed right into the cliffs and shook the entire cave. Despite being replicated through memories, it almost felt real.
どうしました？記憶の中のお前たちはもっと果敢に戦っていたはずですが。
There are two guys walking the bar. And the other person said, "Hey, are you sure this is not a gay bar?" The other guy responded, "It's not a gay bar. I read the script." Looks into the camera. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm getting the right punchline or that punchline is just going over my head. So I don't know what to rate that. If that's supposed to be a joke, then I'm really sorry. I'm laughing at the fact that I don't get it rather than laughing at the actual joke because I'm not sure if what the actual joke is. Oh, looks like we have to do it. Minato let out a shriek as it crawled out from under the rubble. Shin activated his blade from his gauntlet. So we have to fight Ninolta again. Wait, what? Why is Shamat here also? What? What do you mean? Also we have to fight two of them and we only have these four. We don't have Sonya. Okay. At least still weak to light. Resistant to earth. Actually no, immune to earth. So I guess we just focus on the BL. Also weak to wind. Ow. Okay. That was a chunky hit. Do I need to heal Stitch? Probably not. I'll probably go for a heal spot. Actually, I didn't check what her weaknesses are. Okay, she's also immune to earth. Completely. Wait, did you just say it was... Why is... Oh wait, no, I have the wrong unit selected. Okay. Oh, so she's immune to light. But she's weak to dark. And then she's resistant to like everything else. Bruh. Wow, okay. We have like no... I guess physical? We go for physical attacks? Yeah, because she's resistant to everything. Apart from physical. And dark. We don't have any dark at all. Crap. Is this a case where I just spam physical attacks? You just put everyone on attack, attack, attack. Oh, we're doing like so little damage for it. Like Shin's the only one doing like a decent amount of physical damage because his skills are actually physical. I don't have enough. No, I don't have enough energy anymore. Crap. Okay, well, normal attack it is, I guess. Is she healing? She's not healing, right? Yeah, she's not healing, okay. Warning? Warning, what the hell? Uh-oh. What is that? What do you mean warning? What's gonna happen, bro? Should I maybe you do cross guard, just in case. Oh my god, Ah! Ow! What do you mean? What was that? Oh my god, wait. Oh, I need meter for that. We have some revive items, I guess, but... Oh, actually, hold on. We have like no mana though. I might have to use like a mana potion on Enri, just so we have like more mana to work with. Like slowly whittling away with like physical attacks, bro. Okay. I got close. It's a good thing the game actually gave me a warning on that one, because otherwise I would not have used Celis crossguard for that one. But it's a good thing there's a warning, so the damage cut actually kept most of the team alive. That damage was insane. What? The light shot from Cell's rapier hit Minolta's shell. As the light landed, it shattered and scattered as it fell.
光が反射された。思った通り、表面が鏡のような特性を持っているようね。
To farm against steamroll everything in the future. There would be like nothing to farm though. I don't have access to. None of the farming maps have access to the higher level material. I can't like farm my way to the next equipment. I don't have the recipe for the material too. XP farm? I honestly I have no clue how much the levels actually give. Like, it's so not obvious to me, like how much the XP actually gives. It feels like it's kind of pointless. I think it's mostly really in the equipment.
でも、そうと分かれば、プリズムシャワー。
Celeste deactivated her rapier and pointed her ether gear to the top of Minolta's head. Illuminating the massive body of the heinous god, a large light bullet fired out as dazzling light poured down from the shot.
本来は暗唱を照らしたり、目くらましのための技だけど、私の読みが正しければ。
The surface of Minolta shimmered under the prism shower. With rays of light shooting from multiple directions, the mirror surface could not handle keeping its image. That Minolta was a fake and was revealed to be metal covered in the light, so if we intersect that light with another light... Finn dashed as the light continued to rain down. Spell ran across the surface to keep the image of Minolta. Finding the gem that served as its core, Shin swung his blade down. The spell was damaged and the light projecting Minolta began to blur. Soon after, the shower of light stopped, but even without the intercepting light, noise ran through the projection and was in an unstable state. Minolta slowed down. I guess the power was in the spell that cast the image.
もう一撃、これでとどめ。
Celeste formed her rapier once again and attempted to strike. But that was when Shin stopped her with his hand. Wait, Celeste, that's enough.
シン、でも。
I think Shamhat's task isn't about defeating Minolta. Perhaps Shamhat is trying to test our will.
どういうこと？あ、まだ近づいたら。
Without worrying, Minolta reached for I think this is supposed to be Shin. This is a localization error. Shin reached for Minolta's shell. Focusing on his Philosopher's Stone, he activated it as he ran a spell to drain out the dust.
シン、何をしているの？そのニヌルタは本物の家臣ではないのに。
I know, this is just a memory. They were a god that was distorted by the Destroyer and one we could not save. That time, after a fierce battle, they slew Minolta, but their memories of victory were simply bitter. The Oblivion caused extensive damage and created a large number of refugees. In the end, Minolta could not be sealed and slaying it was the only way. That's right, we couldn't save Minolta. We slew Minolta with our own hands. Even if I do this, I can't change what has happened, but...
シン、書いているのですか？
Shamhat's voice rang in his head. Yeah, that's why I've been trying to purify the heinous gods, so something like this won't happen again. Even now, I will still continue to fight for Sosie.
その言葉が聞きたかったのです、シン。
Shamhat. The image of Minolta began to fade from his palm and returned to the lump of ore it was. Before they knew it, Shamhat stood beside it.
シン、セレス、私の力を貸しましょう。過去の記憶を再現するだけのささやかな力ですが。
Shamhat, did you happen to know Minolta? No. Ninya and Nino?
あの双子は私の古い友でした。彼らは長い年月、森を守護してきました。断じてあのように貶められていい存在ではなかった。
I thought so. There was sadness in Shamhat's voice since the start. It must have been directed to the twin gods.
さあ、もう行きなさい。お前たちには地上でなすべきことがあるのでしょう。
Thanks, Shamhat. We will borrow your powers. Shin thanked his opponent before turning to Celes. Celes.
ええ、戻って難民たちの故郷を投影するための準備をしましょう。
With the proof of contract with Shamhat in hand, Shin and Celes returned above. As they opened their eyes, there was an image of the village as if it were a diorama. Flowers swayed in the soft breeze as they carried the scent of fresh greens. The sun was warm and comforting enough to make you want to lie down. The idyllic houses were full of life, and one could almost hear the bustle coming about. This was the virtual world replicated with the map and Shamat's powers.
なんとなく作り物っぽさがあったけれど、これは本物と全然見分けがつかないわ。
Yeah, it makes me forget where I am. Turning to the side, they saw refugees viewing the projection as they also stood there. Celeste walked out to them with a smile.
どうですか？皆さんの故郷がきちんと再現できていますか？
Yeah, this is a surprise. It's not a replication, it's exactly how we remember it. Yeah, no doubt about it, this is our village, the very village in our memories. Tears rolled down the old man's cheeks. Many others had tears building in their eyes as they scrunched their faces. Thank you, we're very grateful. We can't thank you enough for taking care of our lives, and yet you go this far for us. Ah, princess, you're like a goddess to us. Sweat is coming out of my eyes from your kindness. No need to sugarcoat it, man. Just say you're crying, bro.
よかった。喜んでもらえて。
The refugees began exploring their village freely. They entered their houses, touched the memorable objects, checked on their farm, and basked in their nostalgia. Time passed quickly as the time to leave the virtual world was approaching.
皆さん、そろそろ。
Huh? For what? To Stella's voice, everyone turned to look at her curiously.
海版の仮想世界にいられる時間には限りがあります。最初に説明した通り、元の現実に戻らねばなりません。
No way. After being able to come back?
この場所は成功に作られてはいても、皆さんの故郷そのものではないのです。だから。
So we have to get out? Isn't that just cruel? Yeah, it actually is. It's kind of fucked.
それは。
Celis appeared shocked at the lady's cries of protest. Hey, how dare you say that to the princess? The husband scolded his wife. The lady turned quiet, but it was clear she was not satisfied with the situation. The other villagers had the same downcast look on their faces. Hey, can something be done? Can't we just stay here? It's not a big deal how it was in reality. We felt like we were in the real village anyway.
それは皆さんの願いを聞き届けたい気持ちはあります。でも海版で再現できる世界は一時的なもので。
The hometown you should really be returning to is on the other side of the dust. We, the alchemists, are fighting to reclaim that land. Shin patted Celis on the shoulder, who appeared to be upset and took over handling the villagers. He looked at each of them and spoke of the truth clearly. Celis recreated the scenery with hopes of cheering you up. Even in the camp life, she didn't want you to give up hope. I know what you mean. I appreciate her thoughtfulness for that too. But even if you only show us hope, not everyone is strong like you and the princess. Celis looked severely shocked, but their reaction was something Shin had been fearing. If they were simply encouraged by looking at their old hometown, that would have been great. But people's hearts weren't that simple. Instead, they may feel despair while comparing it with the current situation they were in. Shin, who once lost his home, understood this feeling too well.
いい加減にしろよ。
Oop. Right, I forgot. If I use the scroll wheel, it actually moves that along. They're too mad to say they're crying. Bro. It's far. What do you mean?
いい加減にしろよ。
Rocka? The boy's brash voice echoed in the somber area. Surprised, Shin turned toward the owner of the voice.
お前ら大人のくせにいつまで落ち込んでんだよ。何から何まで兄貴たちに面倒見てもらって恥ずかしくねえのかよ。大人なら自分たちの手で村を取り戻してやるってそれくらい言えねえのかよ。
Rocka blurted all that out before turning to Shin and struck his fist out.
兄貴、俺決めた。俺も兄貴みたいな錬金術師になる。それでダストを追っ払ってこの村を取り戻すんだ。
Rocka. Rocka, you... Oi now. Huh? A brat like him is saying this much. We can't stay bummed forever. Well, I know, but Inspired by Rocco's words, the villagers began to look up. Their expression remained dull, yet they were all trying to face the future. Princess, allow me to thank you again for your kindness. With this memory at heart, we will do our best to get back on our feet. Following the man's clumsy bow, the other villagers followed suit. I think like you're watering her beards, but this is the first. Man, just admit they're crying, man. Like, you don't need to act tough. Freaking false sense of masculinity, man. Like, fucking say it out as it is, man. Like, fucking trying to hide that shit, bro. Please forgive me. Seeing our village made me feel so sad, and I've said something so selfish.
いえ、私こそ配慮が足らず、かえって辛い思いをさせてしまいました。申し訳ありません。
Stella's, it's about time.
ええ、分かっているわ。皆さん、よろしいですね。
Urged by Shin, Stella's began the sequence to clear the map. The villagers didn't try to stop her this time. They just stared at the scenery until the very last moment.
俺、絶対戻ってくる。いつの日か、絶対。
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure you can do it, Rocca. As he sniffled, Shin ruffled Rocca's head over his hat. Soon after, the map of the cosmos brought everyone's consciousness back to the real world. By the time they returned to the academy after sending off the refugees to the campsite, it was already dark. On the way back, Celis was in a somber mood. Even when Shin spoke to her, she only muttered a few words. Right when they were about to part ways, Celis let out her weak side.
私、民のためと言いながら、その気持ちが全然分かっていなかったのかもしれない。
That's not true. Shin immediately denied her words as she kept her head low. Everyone thanked you, Celis. That is unmistakably true. They were all grateful to see you do so much for them.
でも、感謝と引き換えに辛い思いをさせるなんて、これではお父様の言っていた通り、ただの自己満足よ。
They did have a painful experience, but some found the purpose like Rocca and decided to move on. Yeah, only Rocca. I'm sure everyone there had something to think about. The way you did it may have been cruel in some ways, but I'm sure it definitely encouraged them.
シンは、こうなるって分かっていたの？
Well, Shin thought for a moment before nodding in response. In my case, if I didn't get over the fact of losing my hometown, I probably would have reacted the same way the leaders did earlier.
シンには、相手の気持ちに寄り添う優しさがあるのね。私はそこまで考えられなかった。ただ好意の押し売りをして空回りして。シャムハトの試練でもそうだった。私は相手を倒すだけで精一杯だったのに、シンはシャムハトの悲しみに気づいて。
Celis kept her head down as she tried to walk away. Feeling rejected from her, Shin hesitated to speak further, but leaving her like this made him feel even more distant. Shin decided to chime in. There are times when being by their side will just ruin them. Perhaps the Chancellor was aware of that, so that's why he cooperated with you. Celis paused. She did not respond, but Shin decided to continue. Without you, the villagers would have just stayed depressed. Since you were there, not only were they able to see their hometown, but they were also able to face reality. This time you may have been a little insensitive, but you have the strength to lead people or light the way. You can encourage and give strength just by being near them. It's a similar but different kind of kindness from just being there. Because she's a princess, or it was Zel's quality since her birth, either way, she certainly has the charisma to lead people. If it weren't for her, the villagers may have been captivated by the pseudo world and lost the will to return to reality. It was Rocco who inspired them, but they probably did not want to disappoint Celis either.
シンの言う通りだったら。
Yeah?
私は、民たちには絶対に弱いところを見せてはいけないことになるわね。
Celis, that's...
いえ、分かっていたことよ。常に規範となり、理想を体現すべく精進を重ねる。覚悟していたこと。ありがとう、シン。初心を思い出させてくれて。
Celis smiled faintly. Shin's heart ached to see her force a smile. Wait, Celis. As she tried to walk away, Shin grabbed her arm. Am I one of the people you can't show your weakness to?
シン、それは。
I don't think you need to act strong by yourself. At least I'm by your side. I want to help you.
優しさだけでは相手をダメにしてしまう。さっきシンはそう言っていたわ。
You're working so hard. Besides, this is just me being selfish. To make sure she wouldn't run off, he held her arm while wrapping his other around her waist. Oh shit. It was almost a spur of the moment. Celis gasped, but she didn't try to break free. Instead, she gently placed her empty hand on his that was around her waist.
やっぱり私には人の気持ちがわからないのかもしれない。
Why do you say that?
だってシンがどういう気持ちで言ってくれているのか自信が持てないの。
Oh no, in that case, my guy here is just dense. I'm sorry. That's just how this guy is.
同情心なのか、それとももし私の考えている通りなら。
Celis turned to him with wet eyes. Her anxiety showed in her trembling lashes. Shin. Oh shit, wait! Bro, what do you mean? You're gonna give me a choice here? Wait. Is this how we... It didn't have a heart on the scene, so like I don't know if this is a way to get into the route or what. Crap. Oh no. Okay, we'll take a save. Man. Honestly, I still don't know who I would go for. out of the girls, I don't know who I would go for really. Roll on sometimes. It happens. You're doing Cinderella route. Is that even a legal route? I guess if you try to go for the bad ending, that's the route, huh? We don't even know if the game actually counts that as a route. You know what I mean? Like okay, so like out of the girls on the list, right? I think so far the ones I really well, okay, hold on. So right, so you have Enri, right? Enri not really in my strike zone at all, so that's no. Like she's probably the main, I'm assuming, because of the way it's structured, because of the way the story is structured, and because of the way that pretty much like Enri is the first girl, right? So I'm assuming she's like the canon route, maybe, I don't know. Oh, but she's not in my strike zone. Then you have Celis, who's kind of like the childhood friend ish. Actually, no, not really. We know that they've met before when they were kids, but like compared to Arya, Celis is not as much of a childhood friend. Visually, I'm totally down for Celis, but that's just visually. Then you have Arya. Arya is like the actual childhood friend / sister figure. And like I mentioned this before, but like I mentioned that one of my favorite types are like the Gyaru types. We don't have a Gyaru type here, right? So we go for like my second type, which is the older sister type, and actually Arya I'm down for Arya, right? So there's that. And then you have Miss Sonia. Miss Sonia is obviously the mature pick. If we didn't have like an older sister, character, I would probably go for Miss Sonia, maybe. It's a toss-up between her and like Celes, because again, like visually, in terms of like visual design, Celes is actually appealing to me. What about the sister though? So, the sister is probably a no-go. No, like in my head, if Namtar was a root, if Namtar was like an actual root in the game, to me that just seems like you did all these mental gymnastics to say that they're not actually siblings, but you wanted to go the sibling route anyway, right? Like you're just going through mental gymnastics to say it's not incest, even though in your heart of hearts you probably went that route for the incest, right? Like so bro. Like even if you say they're not actually siblings, the feelings that are going into that is that you're their siblings. You know what I mean? Right? Exactly. So like, man. So that said, we're only playing. That said, I'm only playing. Assuming this game has like multiple endings, right? Multiple endings and like multiple routes. I mentioned that I was only going to play the game on stream like once, right? So the choice here kind of matters, I think. Assuming one of these actually heads to, like, if I choose the hugs her tightly, that probably goes into her route. Then Smiles Gently is probably not going into her route. So the question is, for the one playthrough that I'm doing on stream, am I gonna go into Celes' route or not? I have a lot to learn about that because I thought there was only two types, skinny or sexy. I mean, at the end of the day too, right? Like types are about like just your own personal preference. So, you know, for you, skinny or sexy could be the only types that matter to you. And like everything else is just like whatever for you, man. Like that's totally up to your preferences, right? There's no right. This is the thing with the people don't understand about preferences, right? It's no matter of the right or wrong choice. It's about your choice, right? That's how you have to understand preferences. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about what you want. It's about your choices. Anyway. Do we hug her tightly or do we smile gently? Okay, I'm gonna say we're gonna smile gently because I wanna see if like down the line we get into Arya's route, because I wanna go into Arya's route, okay? I wouldn't come this far just through pity. You're our important teammate, so I didn't want to see you upset.
Shin.
He gently removed the arm around her. She gradually turned around as Shin smiled kindly. Don't worry, I think you understand other people's feelings. Either way, there isn't anyone out there who can understand people's feelings. So, we should help each other when we lack something. You, me, and of course Henry and the others too.
そうね。少し気が楽になったわ、シン。
That's good.
ええ。
What's wrong? Why are you laughing?
シンの言う通りだと思って。相手の心を全て理解できるなんて、それこそうぬぼれだものね。だって、シンが本当に私のことを分かっているなら、さっき抱きしめたとき。
Oh shit! So this was level up with choice, made less minus one or density plus one. Oh, damn. Huh? What is it?
なんでもないわ。
Sala smiled. For some reason, Shin felt something uncomfortable about it. Yeah, you better feel uncomfortable, you dense... you
それじゃ
dense boy.
シン、今日はもう部屋に戻るわ。最後まで付き合ってくれてありがとう。また明日ね。
Yeah. Are you okay now?
ええ、おかげさまで。おやすみなさい。
Yeah. Good night. Celes waved and left. She seemed happier than before. I hope I cheered her up. Shin watched Alice leave until she disappeared into the darkness. Well, okay. Well, we have like 30 minutes left. I assume if I try to go to... Yeah, assume if I try to go read through this is like no dungeon, this is like a no fight scene, so this is literally just gonna be a reading. I don't know if I can read that in under like 27 minutes. That's why Shin will survive this day. Father was looking from the shadows. Oh shit. Kind of awkward to end this early, but I don't know if I have time to read through the entire thing. Or I guess I can just save in the middle. I guess we just save in the middle, huh? Yeah, let's just read. Let's just read and save in the middle. Some farm? No, man, there's nothing to farm, bro. There's like no material to farm. And I don't want to just do that, man. I'm sick of it. Farming in this game is not fun, bro. Like, I will say, like I mentioned this before, but like the game is like fine if you compare it to older visual novels. But that's kind of a problem, right? Like you have to compare it to older visual novels because it doesn't really compare to stuff that released around the same time as it did. And like to me, they added the RPG, the turn-based RPG mechanics to kind of like make the game a bit more engaging, more interesting outside of just reading the story, right? And right outside of like just having choices, especially since the choices are like spread way far apart from each other. So you do just a lot of reading. So the gameplay is kind of meant to engage you and break the reading loop. But the problem is that the problem is like the mechanics are like not really that they're not really that interesting for like an RPG style, like a turn-based RPG style game. It's just not that interesting in the first place. So what ends up happening is like a lot of the clicking through the map and like doing the battles and stuff, and especially the farming is like it ends up just distracting you from the story. It's like you're reading through the story and then you stop. You're like forced to stop because you have to like do some battles, right? Like it's kind of a distraction at this point. so I really don't want to do the farm, especially like I don't want to do that on stream because it's like it's literally just me running through the same map over and over and over again to get like 4 pieces of material per run, which is so slow. Man. At this point I can really say like I probably would not recommend this game unless you're interested in specifically in like the alchemy story, the alchemy story style visual novels. And even then, like there are probably like better options out there, especially even in older games. There's probably like, you know, Kamidori Alchemy Meister exists. If you want like an alchemy visual novel story, Kamidori Alchemy Meister is probably better. Not to be mean to the people who made this game, right? But you know, and especially do not buy this game on Switch. On Switch specifically, this game is probably like a ripoff. The price is just insane on Switch for some god unknown reason. Without any classes, Shin locked himself up in the workshop from the morning. While missing Miss Sonia's tea, he continued to read some books on magic as Henry approached him looking disgruntled.
まったく、失礼しちゃうのだわ。
What happened, Henry?
さっき外でこれを渡されたの。ハルモニア派の10魔だなっていきなり聞かれて、主人にこの書類を渡しておくようにとか頭ごなしに言われて、嫌な感じだったの。
災難だったね。 まだジューマを人間の所有物みたいに考えている人がいるから。
I mean, to be fair, also she's not really an actually demon partner, right? Like she's incognito as a demon partner, but she's not actually a demon partner. So Henry, what papers did you get?
これ
Henry handed Shin an envelope. A search warrant? It's from the administration office. Arya, this. Speaking about alchemy, there is a Atelier game series. Not knows, but I only heard positive about their economic crafting systems. Well, to be fair, like Atelier is not a visual novel. Atelier is like a full-blown RPG game, right? So in that sense, like, if you want an alchemy-related RPG game, not a visual novel, then yeah, Atelier is probably your speed, right? Because that's a very long-running series. Is it in the same? I don't know if the series started in the same generation as stuff like Dragon Quest. I'm not so sure, but it's a very long-running series, right? And then obviously there was like the version that everyone was like really hyped about a while back, which was the Ryza one, Atelier Ryza. Because of like Raisalin's thick thighs. You can say it's like the legs one. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, there's I think there was like there was a newer one after Ryza recently, right? They did start going into like the free-to-play gacha scene though, I think. I think they had like one gacha game version. 60% of what went to this model animations.
ハルモニア派への出頭命令だよ。
Arya suddenly turned pale. She took the papers from Shin as she skimmed her eyes through cautiously.
大変。今ソニア先生は動けないし、私が行かないと。
Are we in trouble or something?
うん。ねえ、シンも一緒に来てくれる？
Is a warrant to look for kidney stones? Yeah, buddy. My boy's gonna get dissected, man. Arya eyed Shin with a pleading expression. Excuse us. Granted permission, Shin and Arya stepped into the Chancellor's room. Inside was Chancellor Faust and Professor Johann. Not knowing he was there, Shin and Arya grew nervous. Professor Johann, you returned.
つい昨日ね。破壊者を捕らえられなかったのは残念だが、いつまでも留守にするわけにもいかないだろう。破壊者との関連が疑われる者がいるとなれば、なおさらだ。
Eyes with the destroyer? Professor Johann shot a glare toward Shin and the others. Shin shivered at the creepy premonition.
ヨハン教授、まあそう脅かしたものではあるまい。これはあくまで念のための確認だ。ところでソニア先生の容体はどうかね。見舞った時には元気そうに見えたが、復帰にはまだ時間がかかるのだろうな。
Yes, in the meantime, Arya and I will be protecting the workshop.
学長、左門というのはハルモニア派に何かの嫌疑がかかっているのですか？
Arya stepped forth and raised the main topic on her mind. Her voice slightly trembled from her agitation. Being questioned, Chancellor Faust and Professor Johann exchanged glances.
順を追って話そう。今日聞きたいのは他でもない。賢者の石と君たちの活動内容についてだ。
The Philosopher's Stone.
シン、君はその体に宿った賢者の石の存在を秘匿していた。ダストに適応しうるその特性が最悪に対抗する重要な示唆を与えるにもかかわらずだ。
Yeah, I mean, Faust technically knows, right? But like, Johann does not know that Faust knows. So we're kind of in a strange situation here. That's...
待ってください。賢者の石の秘匿については学長からの許可を得ていたはずです。
Oh, she's gonna out him like that.
無用な混乱を避けるため、その解明が進むまではできるだけ隠しておくべきだって。
確かにそうだ。だからこの件については問題ない。攻めを追うとしたら私だとヨハン教授には言っているのだが。
Chancellor Faust found. Okay, localization or typeset error. Turn to Professor Johann with a troubled look.
しかし賢者の石は学長に申告している以上の性能を発揮している。あるいは後天的にそのような変化が生じた。そうではないかね。
She don't know how to play politics, and it's not her fault. She's just a, you know, she's not even. She's just an assistant, you know. she's just a member. She's a normal member, so I don't blame her. She's like, that's not in her wheelhouse for sure. Oh, does he have to explain the seed though? Oh no. With Professor Johann hitting the nail on the head, Shin swallowed his breath. Uh-oh.
宿主にダストへの耐性をもたらし、取り込んだダストをエネルギーに転化する能力。それが当初報告された賢者の石の特性。いわば第一の力だ。しかし君が北部樹海や風鳴きの谷で見せた能力はそれだけではないな、シン。私が調査しただけでも他者への能力貸与と、そして海馬との官能能力が伺える。
Oh, he knows that part too? How? Shin was stunned at Professor Johann's research abilities. What the Shin did use the powers of the Philosopher's Stone once in front of him. It was when Namtar was nearly executed by the new type doll. Johann must have been convinced with Shin's specialty during that time. He investigated from behind and heard about the Philosopher's Stone from the Chancellor to make his own analysis. His Google Assistant in his eye, bro? Freaking Gemini eye, man. This wasn't just to inspect the Harmonia College. Professor Johann probably has an extraordinary interest in the stone.
ダストを糧とし、海馬と交信する。危うい力だ。むしろそのあり方は阻止へ呼び、オーズのそれに近い。
なんてことを。ひどいです。そんなシンが破壊者みたいな言い方。
しかし未知の力を行使しながら学長に報告の義務を怠っていたとなれば、君たちの失点は免れない。
At a loss for words to reply, Arya bit her lip. Her eyes were fixed on Professor Johann with frustration.
まあ、切羽詰まった状況ということもあったのだろう。樹海戦線といい、前回の事件といい、ハルモニア派の諸君は修羅場が続いていたようだ。
確かに彼らの行く手には困難が待ち受けていますが、まるで計られたよう。
Faust's mediation didn't calm Professor Faust down. Without changing his expression, he moved on to the next topic.
ハルモニア派は過去に2度、破壊者アグリッパおよびハイカブリ姫の通称で知られる海馬個体と接触している。
それは破壊者の計画を止めようとして。
I hit my mic by accident. Hopefully that didn't... Hopefully that wasn't too loud.
なるほど。ではハイカブリ姫についてはどうかね。あの人型は真に対して執着を見せたという。
Dude, how does he know? How does this guy know so much?
シンは賢者の石のおかげで人化しないから、あのカイマはそれで付け回しているんです。
つまりハイカブリ姫は真のことを同胞と認識していると。
だけどシンは違います。シンは
Arya opened her mouth to argue. Though unable to think straight, she pouted with frustration.
ヨハン教授、いささか意地の悪い言い方ではないかね。
しかし学長、真の危険性については分かってもらいましょう。本来であれば彼には監視をつけるか厳しい管理下に置いて叱るべきだ。
Making a covering of those guys from behind the scenes. Imagine if, you know, I kind of thought at first, initially, like way back at the start of the playthrough, like I thought that this guy, that Johan, was kind of related to the destroyers, because we haven't seen a scene with them on the same screen, right? But the most recent scene kind of dispelled that. But still, he has this freaky eye on his robe and his ring, and Agrippa also has like a freaky eye on his robe as well, so kinda sus, but I don't know yet. Kinda hard to tell, actually. Or hard to conclude. There's very little evidence for it yet. What?
そんな犯罪者みたいなこと。
Arya appeared horrified at Professor Johan's statement, but Johan looked casual as ever.
問題はハルモニア派が事実上機能不全に陥っていることだ。ソニア教授は療養中で、これでは真の監督責任など果たせるべくもない。
Oh, is this how he's going to poach Shin? He's gonna... Oh shit.
それどころかナムタルというカイマ個体の保護もこのまま君たちに任せていいものか疑問だな。
You plan on taking Namtar?
ソニア先生が大怪我したのはトールのせいなのに。
Professor Johan's words sounded logical, but it was clear that he had malicious interests in the Philosopher's Stone and Namtar, which were prime objects of study. Knowing this, Shin also felt resentment toward Professor Johan.
結論を言おう。私は今のハルモニア派に塔を預ける価値があるとは考えられない。過信浄化という成果の出ない研究をこのまま続けるなら、別の新進の学派に塔を譲るのもやむなしではないかね。
No way.
過信浄化の研究は少しずつだけど進んでいます。近い将来必ず成果を出せると信じています。
This business Sonya quickly declares some powers for Smokey. Bro.
だがさっき言った通り、今の君たちは機能不全なのだ。ソニア教授が不在の状況で、君たちが工房を使える現状が特例ということは理解したまえ。そして特例の扱いを続けるには、相応の成果がいる。
Matters were more urgent than he imagined. Shin was now aware of how much Miss Sonia protected them.
ヨハン教授の勧告は請求だと思うが、しかし成果のない学派に塔を使わせておくわけにはいかんというのは正論でもある。ハルモニア派に我が娘がいると言ってもエコひいきをするわけにもいかん。
I understand, but we're so close. You have a hunch on Henius got purifications, so...
ならば見せてもらおうか。
学長、それは。
Professor Johan's expression changed for the first time. Faust stopped him and continued to speak.
期限を切ろう。それまでに君たちが現在の研究テーマに関して確たる成果を上げられなければ塔を召し上げる。それでどうかね。
Chancellor Faust.
それはつまり成果さえ上げれば塔はそのまま使ってもいいということですか。
Shin quickly turned to face Arya. She nodded in response. While Chancellor Faust's condition sounded harsh, it was clear that he was trying to give them a chance. If there is a way to survive, they shouldn't avoid the opportunity. Alright, we'll come up with successful results.
私は賛成できませんな。ハルモニア派に死が不在なのは変わらない。これでは他の者に示しがつきません。せめて資格についても期限を切らせてもらわねば。
Can you wait until Miss Sonia returns?
彼女が不在の間も君たちは研究を続けるのだろう。論外だな。
The date proposed by Professor Yon was not enough to wait for Miss Sonia's return, since he did have a fair point. Shin and Arya could not retort.
ヨハン教授、つまり君は研究成果の提出と資格を持った錬金術師の登録を同時にこなせと。
ハルモニア派が党の管理を続けたいというなら、それが最低条件でしょう。もちろん先ほど述べた疑義についても明確な返答を望みますが、それについては私が直々に調べてもいい。なんなら真の身柄を引き受けるのもやぶさかではありません。
The guy doesn't even give a shit about the tower, to be honest. All he cares about is getting his hand at the Philosopher's Stone, man. Professor Yon raised a brow and added. His intentions were made clear with his words. Professor Yon probably wants to research the Philosopher's Stone in Amtar. That must be why he's doing this. I assume the Chancellor has a vague idea, but... Shin casually studied the Chancellor's face.
ヨハン教授が申すことも同理か。シン、アリア、資格を持った錬金術師も条件に加えさせてもらうが良いな。
So, I can see like two options here. One is probably the one that makes more sense. That insane professor? Yeah, the... What was his name? Oh, what was the guy's name? The one who got kicked out, right? Like, that's one option. They could get that guy back. Although it would be really crazy to get him back, considering the circumstances in which he was expelled. The other option is probably to bring in his master. They try to bring in Alberto's. Because technically they could just do that, right? They can just ask for Alberto's come. It'll probably be the better option. Unless he has like a very specific reason why he left in the first place. He'll be resources, right? Yeah. What? But how?
さて、適当な人物をスカウトするか、それともそなたらのうち誰かが資格を取るか、やり方は好きにするがよい。
Someone from among them can get a teaching permit? So Arya technically should have... so Arya should have actually accepted the offer from Sonia to be the substitute, bro. That was a mistake. Faust's eyes stated we should overcome this level of the ordeal on our own. I understand. I'll have a talk with our team. Arya, is that okay?
そうだね。
Arya? Arya looked awfully pale. Despite being in a harsh condition, Shin wondered why she seemed so hesitant.
話はまとまったようだな。では、ハルモニア派の諸君の頑張りに期待させてもらうとしよう。
猶予を与えられたことを幸運に思いなさい。さあ、用は済んだ。退出してよろしい。
Excuse us. Shin bowed and left the Chancellor's room. Arya couldn't hide her agitation until the end. Okay, I think we're gonna save here. We're gonna save here. Oh, Desire. Alright, right. That's the name of the story. So, we're gonna save here. Because we're not really gonna have much time left for the next part. So, we're gonna leave it at that for today. Shouldn't think about Eon's reveal. This was not that bad of a choice. I'll be honest, Maltina... Okay, if Maltina's like not saying all those things in the first place, if she just keeps quiet, she's actually kind of hot. But, you know, she keeps saying those things, so... It'll never be boring again. Anyway, we're gonna leave it at that for today. we'll continue this next Thursday, of course. For our next stream, it's gonna be on Saturday. We'll be continuing our victory portion of the Batua Half campaign, and we already committed to doing the debt exploit, and we're just gonna keep building up the nation's economy while also making our GDP graph dance. Having like a recession every 2 weeks. Like having a 2-week recession every once in a while, until we reach like a point where our revenue is actually enough to sustain that. Like I did some testing off stream, and technically you can actually reach a point where you don't have to do the debt reset anymore, and like you're earning so much money. But I don't know how long it'll take us for that save in particular. But yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking along and try to get back our position as #1 great power, and also try and finally get some things moving on the map, because we haven't actually done anything on the map. Everyone else has. So yeah, that's gonna be the plan on Saturday. Anyway, thanks to Steel, Spar, and Kangef Bahandi for dropping by. And for everyone else, whenever you're watching from, whether it's live or the VOD, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitch, have a good night. Take care. And I'll see you on Saturday for some Victoria 3.